This is reacting masses with a limiting reagent using the ICE table. The overall structure of how to solve this problem is to use the triangle to figure out the moles of each reactant. Use the ICE table with situation A and situation B, and then use the triangle to figure out the grams of my product. We're going to pretend we're trying to find the mass of H2. It doesn't specify it here, but I'm going to specify it right now. So let's do the first step. Initially, we have 10 grams of zinc and 5.2 grams of HCl. So I want to know the moles of zinc and the moles of HCl, and I can do that by taking our mass and dividing it by our molar mass. Mass of HCl divided by molar mass of HCl. Okay, let's do that. So 10 grams of zinc divided by the molar mass of zinc, grams per mole. And then this one, 5.2 grams of HCl divided by 36.5 grams per mole of HCl. So I can do these calculations and figure out the moles of each. This is from your equation triangle. 10 divided by 65 gives us 0.153846. And then a bunch more decimals. 5.2 divided by 36.5 is 0.1424, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So let's place these numbers into our ICE table. We finished finding the moles of each reactant. In our ICE table, we know that we start out with 0.153846 moles of Zn and 0.1424 moles of HCl and none of the other ones. Let's divide our ICE table into two different situations. Situation A and situation B. In situation A, we're going to use up all of zinc, minus 0.15. Because, again, according to the balanced chemical reaction, this is in a 2-to-1 ratio. If we were to use up all of the zinc, we would need to be subtracting 0.30 approximately of HCl. This is not possible because we only have 0.1424 moles. So situation A is impossible. It does not work. Let's try situation B. Instead of using up all of zinc, let's use up all of HCl. Here, we would have to use up half the amount of the moles of HCl for the moles of zinc, so half of 0.142, and that gives me minus 0.0712, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and I'll still have some zinc left over. So this is the limiting reagent because it limits how far a reaction can go. It's completely used up. And this is the excess reagent because at the end, there's still some left over. And to figure out how much I have left over, all I have to do is the subtraction. So 0.153846 minus that gives us 0.0826. Okay, but we still haven't found the amount of A. Now, of H2, sorry. Now remember, we're only following situation B because that's the one that exists. Ignore situation A. According to situation B, we use 0.07 moles of zinc and 0.14 moles of HCl because it's a 1-to-2 ratio. To produce H2, we're going to be producing 0.07 moles of H2 because of the ratio. Same thing with this. So we know in the end, that's how many moles of H2 we have. And all I have to do is multiply this by the molar mass to find the grams. So I just finished the ICE table. Now what I'm going to do, different color, I'm going to find the grams of the product. So I'm trying to find the mass of H2. According to my triangle, I take the moles of H2 and multiply by the molar mass of H2. The moles of H2 here are 0.712 blah, blah, blah times 2 grams per mole. So if we were to write that into our calculator, times 2, so we would end up with 0.142 grams of H2 as our final answer.